Hi, my name is Robin Williams. I am a realtor and broker in Northern Virginia, and I am still hearing a lot of noise out there about the NAR settlement. So I wanted to clarify some things. Um, in Virginia, we really comply with a lot of the settlement terms already. So I want to go through these with you. First, this is all about cooperative compensation. What is cooperative compensation anyway? When somebody sells their home, often they choose to use a realtor or broker to sell their property. We charge a fee or a commission to do so, and within that fee or commission, we, at the time we sign the paperwork with the seller, we talk about paying a buyer broker should a buyer broker bring a ready, willing, and able buyer. So we're already doing that. What is different is we cannot advertise that on the MLS. We've always been transparent about it. So it's been easy. That's one change. Another change is cooperative compensation is no longer required by NAR. In Virginia, our MLS, we had to provide some type of compensation, as little as 1 penny. So that's always been negotiable. So that is not changing in Virginia. Number 3, cooperative compensation can still be advertised. We can advertise it. We can communicate with each other. We can advertise it on our broker website, our individual agent websites. We can advertise it on social media, on the flyers in the house, on our brochures, on our rack cards that we pass out in neighborhoods, at open houses. We can even advertise it on our sign writers. So cooperative compensation is not going away. Seller concessions may still be advertised on the MLS. So let me give you an example. I just sold a house where the couple had 2 small children and a dog, and the carpet really needed to be replaced. However, they didn't want to replace the carpet and still have the 2 little children and the dog running all over it. So what we did was we advertised on the MLS a seller credit to go towards either their closing costs or carpet or whatever they wanted it to go towards. So that's what that means. We are allowed to advertise on the MLS a seller concession, just a dollar amount or percent, and that can go towards a buyer's agent's fee or commission. So we can do it that way. However, I caution you, that is dependent upon what kind of loan you have. Some loans will not allow you to do that. So you need to talk to your agent or a lender about that. Number 5, realtors are prohibited from steering clients away from properties who are not offering any compensation whatsoever or a little compensation. We have to show our clients the house if they want to see it anyway, which is fine because we've already consulted with the clients and they have signed a buyer's agreement with us already, and we already talked about that. Our current buyer's agreement talks about how much we charge, and if the seller is not going to pay all of it or a portion of it, that the buyer is responsible for the difference. That is already in current. We currently practice that already. Number 6, written buyer broker agreements are required before we even show the property. In Virginia, we have to, by law, have to have a buyer broker agreement, exclusive right to represent a buyer agreement. We already have to have that, so that is no different for us. We typically need to have that signed or a form similar before we really start negotiating and talking, buying a house and what's entailed in buying a house. We can just go show a house and not require anything to be signed. That's what's different. So if I am going to show a house to somebody who just called me and said, I really want to go see this house, and I just go show them the house, I have to explain to them before I even show them the house what agency is all about. And there is a document that we actually already have which explains what agency is, and if that person wants to use me as a buyer broker for them to represent them, or if they choose not to use any agents to represent them, they can simply sign that. It's a one-page form. It's a few sentences. It's simple. We already have it. I really think a lot of, like I said, in Virginia, we already comply with these terms anyway. I don't see a whole lot of changes. In fact, if a seller doesn't, if they choose not to compensate a buyer's agent at all, I think that puts them at a competitive disadvantage. So that's my point of view. I have a neighbor and friend who is an economist, and he asked me what I thought was going to happen with the housing market due to the NAR settlement. And I don't think it's going to change a thing. I don't think that's going to change supply and demand whatsoever. So I think prices are going to continue to go up. Inventory's very, very low. So sellers, if you're thinking about selling your house, give me a call. Buyers, I will sit down with you and let's have a real consultation about this, what we're seeing in the marketplace. I'm here to help. 571-243-3867.